So in 2025, the info product space has become more crowded than ever. Everyone and their mother is selling a course, coaching program, or some sort of mastermind. And let's be honest here, most of them are not making a lot of money. But then you look at the big guys like Charlie Morgan, Iman Gadzhi, and Alex Hormozi, and they're pulling in millions from their YouTube channel alone. So what's the difference? It's not better content, it's not fancier production. It is because they understand that these fundamentals that I'm gonna go over in this video that most info product sellers just don't. So in this video, I'm gonna break down the exact blueprint that's generating millions for the top info product sellers in 2025. So fair warning, this isn't really for beginners, and this isn't some regurgitated nonsense about consistency or just placing a couple keywords in your description. This is going to be for advanced info product sellers already doing 20 to 50K per month, and they want to scale to 100K per month using YouTube as their primary acquisition alone. So if that's you, let's dive in. So to understand what I'm going to talk about in this video, you need to understand the current market and as well as that where it has been, right? So this is the info product evolution. So 2015 to 2020, we had the gold rush. This is where there was low competition, high margins, easy entry. And then the second stage was 2020 to 2024. This is when the market became saturated. This is where most people got into info products. And we've seen this over the last 4 years. So many people actually, becoming an expert in their field and dropping a course. And then we have 2025. This is where we are right now. And this is what I call the great sorting. And this is where the market is separating real experts from pretenders, because there are so many people, right? Anyone and everyone has a course. And it means that the pretenders are going to get sorted out because not everyone can actually prove their authority. People are going to go with the person who can actually demonstrate expertise, because now everyone has claims, but you need to be able to prove it. And that's where we are at the moment. You have to back up everything you say more than ever. So what are some current market challenges? So rising ad costs have doubled again since last year. Sophisticated buyers, diminishing outreach. So cold outreach, cold emails been suffering a lot recently with Google's spam policies, and it's just not getting the results that it used to. Declining reach, so organic reach on most platforms has plummeted. We've seen this a lot with like short form content. There are some people still going viral, but it's just a lot harder because there are more people than ever. And sophisticated buyers, so market sophistication has increased dramatically. And this is probably the most important one here, because this means once market sophistication increases, your standard has to increase. And that literally comes to everything: your content, your sales process, how you close deals. Everything has to increase as market sophistication increases, right? So what separates the 7-figure info product sellers from everyone else is something that most creators will never realize even after years of creating content. So what I want to talk about here is the psychology of high ticket sales, and specifically for YouTube. So with these 7-figure YouTube entrepreneurs, what they do is they look at YouTube like a funnel. And in a funnel, they understand that there are people at different market awareness levels, right? So this means that there are going to be some people who have no idea what you're offering, right? So if you're selling some sort of business opportunity and they don't know what it is, that will be one segment of your audience. Then you'll have people who are aware of this, but don't know if you're the right person to learn it from. That's another segment of your market. Then we have people who are aware of you and your opportunity, but they just need that push to actually go ahead and purchase from you. So first of all, you need to understand these different types of viewers on your channel, right? So you need to be creating different types of content to address their level of awareness. So with high ticket sales psychology and keeping these awareness levels in mind, this is kind of what you want to do. And this is what the big guys are doing, right? So at the bottom, we have problem amplification. This means expanding on viewers' problems and creating cognitive dissonance. So what this means is that you really want to twist the knife whenever in your scripts, show them what they're missing out on, show them the types of things that they're struggling with. Because once we can identify these problems, we can be the one that comes in and shows the solution, right? And once we make them understand that these problems are holding them back, that's when we can come in and present our solution as the way to solve X problem. So the next thing is authority through depth. So you want to demonstrate expertise with expertise density. So this means in a world where anyone can drop a course saying that they know what they're talking about, saying that they're an expert on a subject, you need to go a level deeper. And this is the only way to truly stand out. So if you're the guy creating top of funnel videos, which are 5-10 minutes long, thinking that that's going to convert people, it's just not the case. You need to be dropping extreme value in bottom of funnel videos, meaning videos that actually sell the viewer. So for videos where you're providing solutions, you want to really go deep and actually give away a lot of value, right? And I know there's a common question I get from clients. It's like, okay, how much can I give away without actually preventing someone from going ahead and working with me because I've given away too much free information? And the strategy we like to use is you show the why, but you don't show the how. So the what is what you need to do, the why is why you need to do it, and the how is the exact process you do to implement it. So you sell the how, you show the what, the why, and you sell the how. And what this means is that you can give away a lot of value without actually giving away your proprietary elements of your business and offer, right? So that's what you want to do there. And then commitment escalation. So viewers invest significant time, more likely to commit. So this means that you want to have smaller asks before you build up to a larger ask, because we're selling high ticket here. And this means that you're going to need to build up those trust hours. You're going to need to get them committing to small things. So this can be as simple as in your script asking to like and subscribe. That's a small commitment. Then you have something like downloading a lead magnet. That's another small commitment. So once you can rack up these small commitments, that's when someone goes ahead and books a call and closes on a high ticket deal. So understanding this and understanding where people act in terms of willingness to buy from you and how many trust dollars and how many assets and times they've seen your face, that's a huge role in this, right? That's a huge part. And the reason YouTube viewers convert so well for high ticket offers is because they're in a learning state. They're mentally prepared to absorb information and not scroll endlessly. So this is the difference between TikTok, whatever else it is, Instagram Reels. And this is why SEO optimized videos and SEO, specifically SEO optimized how-to videos are so powerful. Because if someone's searching how-to, they're ready to learn and they're ready to actually listen to what you're saying. So that's a big differentiator, right? So now that you understand the psychology, I need to reveal something critical that most info product sellers get completely wrong. And this mistake is costing them thousands of dollars almost every single day, right? And it's the exact reason why YouTube channels get views, but they generate no significant revenue. So basically what we're talking about here is a couple key mistakes. So number one is the post and pray approach. Inconsistent posting without strategy or purpose. And this is something I see so many people doing, right? Because they think they understand YouTube strategy once they have watched a couple of videos about SEO or outlier theory. And basically what this means is you're posting random videos and just seeing whatever gets views, but there's no real funnel in mind. And as I said, you're not aware of the awareness levels of your viewers. So without a strategy that incorporates the understanding of awareness levels, you're basically just creating videos and hoping something converts, right? So you need to have a purpose behind every single video you create. Otherwise, you're just simply not going to get results that you want. And then the next thing is creating Me Too content. So this means making the same videos as everyone else. So as we know, everyone has a course, everyone has an info product. You need a way to differentiate yourself. And the thing is with YouTube, it is a catch-22 because there's only so many things you can talk about in a niche, in a topic, right? And probably everyone else has already spoken about it 1,000 times. So what you want to do is, so number one is you can have your own spin on it, maybe a different scripting style. Maybe if someone else has a longer style video with a lot of fluff, you can cut it down and create a concise video. So you can do these small tweaks like that, which are going to separate your video from someone else's and your channel style of content from someone else's. But I think the best way to do this in 2025 is focusing on your USPs, aka your unique selling propositions, and specifically just as an individual, what makes you unique, right? So if you're selling an info product and you're like 18 years old, you're selling an info product and how to make money with ecom, focusing on something like your age is going to allow you to actually stand out from other people who are older maybe, and they aren't unique in that aspect. If you're older, you focus on your experience. And in your titles, you can use something like a title format that works well specifically is X years of advice in Y minutes. So that's something you can only do if you have experience. So it's small things like this. You really want to make sure that you are using whatever aspects make you and your offer and your business unique. You want to focus on those in your content, right? Next thing here is premature selling. So it's trying to sell before establishing authority. And the main thing here that I think of is in your scripts, right? So what people do is they'll have a call to action, but in their videos, they won't actually give any results, any case studies or something like that, because these are direct things that display that you actually know what you're talking about. So before you give a call to action in the video, actually give some of the results you've got for clients, actually say what you've achieved. Because if you're just giving call to actions without establishing authority, they're just falling flat, right? And they're not going to convert. And then the last thing here is format over function. So obsessing over production quality instead of impact. So this is something that, I get a lot of people ask. It's like, okay, should I do the raw style? Should I do the edited style? Which one works better for my niche? And the real answer here is that most of the time it won't make a difference. So in general, we see for B2C that talking head works better. So this is where you can include some more production. But for B2B, like you can just do screen share style, raw style videos. It more comes down to what's being said and the overall strategy behind the channel. So this means the scripting, the ideas, and the call to actions that you have implemented on the channel. Those are what matters, not the production. So it's not that one style of video converts better than another. It's more so that the underlying foundation of the video needs to be solid. It's like the Pareto principle. 80% of the success in a YouTube video will come down to the ideation, the strategy, the scripting, thumbnail, as well as like to get the clicks, right? And then the 20% is the video editing. So that's kind of how you want to view this. So now that you know what doesn't work, I'm going to reveal the first pillar of the 100K per month YouTube system. And this is the exact framework that the top 1% of info product sellers are using right now to create content that doesn't just get views, but also converts to sales. And the best part is almost nobody outside their inner circles actually knows this approach and is actually utilizing it. So basically, this is the types of content that you want to be creating. And this is why I say that the strategy is so important, right? So 20% of your content is what I call authority builders. And these are case studies, revenue numbers showing videos, and just results. So case studies and client interviews, these work extremely well. And these are the best way to actually prove authority. Then we have belief disruptors. This is 30%. And this is what attacks conventional wisdom. So you can create videos like all the other gurus are saying this, but this is our approach. And the reason this works is because people know that there are a lot of scammers. People know that there are a lot of people who have false content on the internet, right? So what you can do to instantly create authority and credibility is to call them out and position yourself as the truth. So that works extremely well. And then method showcases. So obviously you can't just call out other people. You need to showcase your methodology. So a key word that I say here is glimpses into your proprietary methodology. So what we discussed earlier, not showing the how, showing the what, the why. You really want to make sure you're limiting it here, so you're not giving away everything else, but you can show portions of your proprietary elements. So make sure you're doing that. And then the last 20% here is conversion accelerators. And these are videos that focus on overcoming final objections. So this is why when you come up with your YouTube strategy, number one, what you want to do is figure out all the pain points of your ICP, and then also have like a list of all the common objections that you get. Because if we can create one YouTube video that targets one objection and solve it in that video, well, you're going to get more sales, obviously, right? So you really want to make sure that you're creating these videos. And the one thing to note is know who you are addressing with these videos. And this is why awareness levels are so important. Because if we're creating a video for final objections, answering those objections, we're creating the video in mind for someone who is already aware of our opportunity as well as aware as who we are, and they just need a final push. So therefore, you will not create a video calling out people who know nothing about you and focusing on those types of issues. You would specifically talk about the pain point and the objection of someone who's on the fence. So that's why this is so important, right? And only once you really do this is when you're able to target specific types of people in your audience. Now, once you've nailed your targeting, there's a next element that can multiply your results exponentially. And this is the secret that the top info product sellers guard closely. So when you master this framework, you'll be able to convert cold viewers into high ticket buyers at rates that seem almost impossible, right? So this is what you want to do. So you want to start with a pattern interrupt, and this will be with your hook. So this will be a bold contrarian statement challenging conventional wisdom. So the next thing here is an authority spike. Establish credibility with specific results. So this is why in your hooks, you want to do these types of things. Say the results you've got. Say what makes you unique. You really want to grab attention, create authority instantly. Problem amplification. Expand on problem, making it more painful and urgent. Twist the knife. Method revelation. Introduce proprietary framework with specific name. So in 2025, where anyone is an expert in their mind, people follow thought leaders. And this is why you want to create systems, not offers. Systems are something that's unique to you, your unique system, your unique offer. Just saying you offer Facebook ads or just saying you offer SMMA mentorship probably is not going to convert as well as saying your unique specific system for scaling SMMAs, whatever that may be. And this is what you want to do. Evidence stacking, layer multiple forms of proof. And then lastly, transitional CTA. Use a curiosity bridge instead of a hard sell. So basically in this video, you have all the information you need to go ahead and achieve dream outcome, whatever we offered in the beginning of the video. But doing this is clearly harder than it might seem. Then what we do is basically we list out all the things that someone might struggle with when implementing the things. Because information is free. Everyone has access to the information they need to scale their business. What they don't have is the implementation, and they're scared to implement, and they know that there's a lot of challenges. So then what we do is we list out all the things they might struggle with when implementing what's been spoken about in this video, and all the ways that they might not know how to deal with those problems. So you're amplifying the problem again, you're creating a curiosity bridge between what they know and what they need to know. And then you basically say, okay, look, you have two options. You can do it yourself and try figure it out over the next 6 to 12 months, or you can work with me and I'll show you the exact method. And this works so well because people want the quick result. They want to be able to skip the trial and error, right? So show them that if they do this themselves, they're going to waste months, years, and resources trying it themselves. Or look, I'm an expert, book a call with me and I will show you how to do it first time. And that's what really works, right? That's how you want to position your call to actions. That's how you want to position your outros. So there you have it, the exact YouTube blueprint that's generating millions of dollars for the top info product sellers, and it's generated hundreds of thousands of dollars for my clients. So in 2025, the difference between struggling versus succeeding info product sellers is not just information, it's better positioning, better psychology, and better systems. But simply put, this isn't easy to implement, and there are a lot of moving parts in a dialed-in YouTube content system. And YouTube is one of those things that if you try to do it alone, you quite literally spend the next 6 to 12 months or even potentially longer trying to crack it and wasting your time. Or if you're a smart business owner already making over 20K per month, you could just work with a team that specializes in building these high-ticket content systems for coaches, consultants, and info product sellers, and helps them scale past 20K to 100K per month and beyond. So if that's you and you're serious about scaling with YouTube, you can click the first link in the description to book a call with me. We'll analyze your current offer, analyze your unique market position, and figure out how we can implement this exact blueprint into your business. This is the exact blueprint that we use to help Kai scale from 17K to 75K per month with YouTube. Kira made 13K in the first 7 days when we implemented, and Dennis went 6 months without closing a deal with his previous agency and then closed a 10K deal in under 60 days with us, right? So if you want similar results, you can click the link in the description. But bear in mind, this is only for business owners who are established and looking to actually scale up. If you're a beginner, please don't book a call. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll catch you guys. Peace.